back to YMHA. I am joined tonight with Allie, who's going to talk to us a little bit about her brother's recent wedding. So, Allie, good evening. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
Doing very well, thank you. So, let's kind of get right into it. We haven't talked since the holidays, so Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, all that fun stuff. Hope it
Same.
was not as stressful as some of us seem to have been. Uh, but let's kind of get right into it. So, you had your brother's wedding this past weekend in the Keys, correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
My whole family, so just our immediate family. So
Okay,
my brother, my new sister-in-law, their son, obviously my fiance and I, my
sure.
sister and boyfriend, our parents, and
Okay,
then my sister-in-law's parents, and then my
okay.
grandfather. So just the 12 of us.
So, a very small, intimate wedding down in the Keys.
Yeah,
N-
and it was really cool because so with COVID and everything, we wanted to keep everything really small. It's what they chose. And it was literally only our family's involvement.
Okay,
There really wasn't like necessarily like a bridal party per se.
right.
Just like my sister and I, and obviously Scuba, my sister's boyfriend Ben. Actually, he got like an ordained minister certification type thing.
Okay,
He actually officiated. So it
nice.
really truly was just like a full, just our family type of
Okay.
little event. And it was beautiful in Key Largo on the beach. It was gorgeous. It was the most incredible wedding I've ever been to. It was the best.
Nice. So, I mean, it doesn't get much more intimate than that, right? Unless, it's
Oh
just
my
the
God.
two of
Yeah,
them.
it was absolutely
Good.
perfect.
So, you were in the wedding. You said not really a full bridal party or wedding party, right? So, if this is your brother, right?
Mhm.
Your older brother, younger brother.
My younger brother. I'm the
Okay.
oldest.
So, your
Right.
baby brother's getting married, and you're in the wedding. You're
Hmm.
traveling for what we would consider, I guess you could consider a destination style wedding, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What's going through your mind? Give us a short little synopsis of you're going through emotions. Look, this is your baby brother. He's getting married. You love his wife, obviously, but what's going through
Hmm.
your mind emotionally? What are you thinking?
It was a little it was stressful, and especially with planning my own wedding at the same time, you kind of, even though we're not in competition with one of another, sometimes it gets a little competitive
Okay.
when simultaneously planning a wedding with your siblings.
Hmm.
And so that, we, worked really, really hard at trying to not get on each other's nerves in that sense of the way. And then, you're not down the street from your house. So everything
Right.
you've got, you have to have. So there's all that normal stress. I'm a very anxious person. So I just am kind of cranky when I'm anxious to begin with,
All right.
anxious and when I have an event. So we have and kind of little sidebar, kind of give you guys some backstory. My grandfather is 83. Yesterday was the 3-year anniversary of my grandmother's passing. My grandfather
Wow.
it was as if it just happened yesterday.
Okay.
They were married for 61 years and he is
Wow.
so horribly depressed about it. And like, we literally should totally do another sidebar episode on this sort of a thing because it's an incredible topic. So it was really tough. And, it's been hard on my mom being, we're his only caretakers, really.
Right.
It's just so, we decided to drive down with my grandfather because it's very emotionally draining because it's all he talks about is my
Sure.
grandmother and how upset. So we decided to give my mom the break for a little bit. And, we left at 7 o'clock in the morning and, picked my grandfather up. So it was a very emotional first hour car ride
Sure.
down to the drive, and about to it. Scuba says to me, babe, we don't have the suit and the dress. And we're just past Homestead at this point, and I'm, what? We forgot his suit, my dress.
Oh, geez.
So we had to turn all the way around and hike it back up to Lake Worth. And we got there 2 hours late, but made it just in time. We had to push our jet ski reservation. Not the worst thing in the world.
Right.
But it was a really good, like, almost like a learning lesson for me and my anxiety and my crazy anger issues that stem from having,
Mhm.
such a crazy anxiety was like, at first I was like really, really upset. I blamed Scuba, typical woman, blamed the man. Both of our faults because my dress
Right.
was included. It wasn't just a suit. But it was, like after a good short bit of time, I it would have ruined my whole drive in any,
Sure.
normal situation. But like working with all the techniques that I've got, that I've learned from you guys and, learned from my, NLP with Amy that I've been doing, it didn't last that long. And it really wasn't the end of the world because we
Right.
turned around, got our suits, pushed our, reservation back an hour. And before you knew it, I was, opening up a jet ski on the open water with my family. And it was amazing. So a
Right.
little bit
That's good.
stressful, but we handled it, like we used the techniques that we've learned with,
Mhm.
Amy. And like, we just tried to remember to like, not sweat the small stuff. Like it put us
Right.
behind 2 hours, but you get there when you get there, and that was the
Sure.
biggest thing was every other wedding that I've been to, there's something always goes wrong. Something
Oh,
never goes as
absolutely.
planned. And you see people, and especially working in the wedding industry myself, seeing it every day, you can't dwell on those stressful
Right.
mishaps because they're going to happen. So,
Yeah, it happens every day. And look, there's worse things in the world that could have happened, right? The goal, the end goal was achieved. You got there. You got there safe. Yes, you were late, but at the end of the day, you got there safe. You spent some time in the car with your grandfather. You had a good time, all in all. So let's
yeah.
fast forward. Let's get to the wedding day. Wedding was on Sunday. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing it on Sunday. A lot of people go to work on Monday. Kind of a stressful situation. We know that. Let's get forward. Let's talk about the wedding. You're there at the venue. You see your brother standing up there, waiting for his now within a couple of minutes to be his new wife. You're walking down. You see your brother. Flurry of emotions are flying from all around, right? Family, him, the wife, you, Scuba. I'm sure, as much as we both know, he probably would not like to admit that. But flurry of emotions going through in your mind. Walk us through, a brief little synopsis of what are you thinking? I've got to imagine you got so many emotions running through you at this time because your baby brother's getting married. What was that like for you?
Um, it was a whirlwind of emotions. And it was, like you always think like, oh, this is the happiest I've ever been. And it's like, that literally was probably the happiest moment of my entire life
Right.
because like it's been emotional, like without dwelling into his personal business, the last, 2 years of his life has been a challenge. And, our family has been rocked in a lot of really crazy ways. And we've gone through a lot of stuff the last 2 years. And it was very emotional, like we didn't have our biological father there. And that was really, really hard for me. And in my brother's own way, he handles his emotions so much calmer
Okay.
than I do. He's not so outwards with them. He's
Mhm.
very internal with them, and he processes them great. He doesn't let it kill his mood when he's really upset. So for me, I'm very opposite. So it was a little bit tough not having my biological father there, but so there was that bit of emotion, but it's when you don't want to partake in your kid's life and things happen, we're in control of our own actions. And
Right. Exactly.
so once we got kind of past that little low, um the rest of the day was incredible, being able to looking at my brother, and like I'm kind of getting a little bit choked up thinking about it. Like I've been that shoulder that he's cried on, like
Okay.
time again with all of the past relationships where he had to get hurt in
Right.
order to get this beautiful love. And it was, seeing him, he's not very emotional, you know what I mean? He's not a
Mhm.
crier. And see him get choked up on all of that overwhelming love, like it just felt, it was beautiful. Do you know what I mean? And then having, this woman who walked into my brother's life at a point when he had a child on the way, and she loved that child as if her own from the moment he was born. There was never
Awesome.
been any question whether or not Brittany was mom. Like,
Right.
even though, you know, we don't push that title on her, we, like he has another, he has his mother, and, not trying to replace her, but she's an incredible bonus mom. That B is
Right.
everything. He loves B, my nephew loves him. So like to have that, and I was raised by a stepfather, that's my daddy, is my stepdad.
Right.
And to be able to see this woman walk into our family and love our family so unconditionally and love my nephew so unconditionally, that's a big challenge to take on. And
Absolutely.
to know that my brother was blessed with that type of a situation to, heal him from all of the pain that he had gone through, it was amazing. I've waited
Good.
for so long for my brother to find that happiness. And,
Awesome.
the one person that tied their union together for them, to have my little sister's boyfriend do it, it was just beautiful. It was perfect. Like, it was a proud moment for my family and a really proud moment, to be able to look at my brother and know that he reached that ultimate beautiful moment in manhood was incredible. He wasn't my baby brother anymore. He's
Right.
grown now, and it was incredible. It was just it I feel like so complete and like happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
Absolutely.
this is the
It's
ultimate family
huge.
goal. This is what like, it's crazy. And it's crazy to think that like we're old enough to be getting married, but
I know, trust me, I'm there. My sister got married a few years back and it was kind of the same thing. So look, at that moment, everything that happened, all the anxiety for getting the dress and the suit and having to turn around and this and that, all the hell and fire that they've walked through, that your brothers walked through. And I'm sure if your brother watches this, if you want to say his name, that's fine. But, your brother's watching this. Congratulations, number one. Number two is for all the hell and fire you went through in life, and everybody goes through in life at some point. You got your, we said you got that storybook ending, you got that fairy tale ending. Allie, you are a proud big sister. It shows. So look, at the end of the day, you couldn't ask for more. You welcomed a person to your family that, for however long it's been, for a few years now, right?
Yep.
Was family from almost day one.
Oh yeah.
And
her parents as well. Like, her parents are like, we do so much together with her parents. Like, I mean, they're coming to my wedding even. Like,
awesome.
We're family. Like, it's amazing. It's just it's a beautiful union, and it's that type of happiness. Like, I pray for every single person to find.
And in that moment, everything's perfect. Nothing matters. So good for you. Congratulations to your brother. Your new sister-in-law, who you've looked at as a sister, I'm sure, from day one. So, on that, we're going to do another video with Allie here in a little while, over the next couple of weeks. She's going to be talking about her own wedding experiences of her planning, how her fiance, or as her and Scuba like to call each other, a babe-once.
A babe-once.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys got me to say that word. I'm kind of concerned. But
you're officially in the Babe Nation.
God help us all.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Look, I've known you and Scuba for quite some time, and you guys are two of the most down-to-earth people I've ever met. And so for you to go to your brother's wedding and experience those waves of emotions, and now know it's for you coming up in just a few short months, let's be honest, it's around the corner. I don't care who you are and what you tell me. May is going to be here before you know.
Days.
Not that she's counting, 114 days. Not that she's counting everybody, but look, she's going to do a couple more videos. We're going to talk to you if you're okay with it. We want to talk about your wedding planning, what you're going through, any stress that you're experiencing, if there is any, and there may not be. Everybody's a little different with wedding. So there you go. The one question I want to end on for you: you forgot the dress. You and Scuba forgot the dress in the suit. Do you find that if you make a list before you go somewhere, does that help you, or does that make you more anxious?
Oh my God, yes. I am a list person. I just forgot the list this one time, but oh my God, yes. Lists save lives. They save lives, people.
So it's funny you say that. I will make a list, and making a list and then trying to check everything out makes me more anxious than if I didn't have one. So I stay away from it at all costs.
Yeah.
Right. So, we look forward to that upcoming interview with you, Allie. Guys, I do want to throw a poll out there for everyone who watches this. We want to know, drop us a comment, shoot us a message. You can email us yourmentalhealthawareness@gmail.com. We want to see, we have already asked Allie, and she has said, absolutely, he will do this. We're going to go ahead, and I'm going to put it out there on the internet. Scuba, we're going to call you out. We want you on a video with Allie. We want to talk to you as well. Let us know if you guys want to hear from Scuba. Y'all, look, if you guys are in Palm Beach County and you go out, Scuba one way or another. Everybody knows Scuba Steve. But, we want to call him out. We want to get him on here on a video soon. So let us know what you think. And if you have questions for them, drop them there. We're going to get to them. Until we get you to the next video and we see you guys soon, Allie, I will talk to you here, in another week or so.
All righty. Sounds good. It was good talking to you.
You too.